A bard tells yet another tale within the Sleeping Bar Tavern Inn. Continuation of the story of adventurers known as the Seekers of Vitamare. Last session, our adventurers finally made their way onto a ship and have met the crew Abraxas works with, though not quite like how he described. With that in mind, they begin making their course over to Almanzillis. We begin this next session, session 20, Bracing Tides. Welcome back to TPK. Hope you all enjoyed this session. Alright, everybody. So, best way we're gonna do this is a smaller, more maneuverable ship, so you guys can get to your destination faster than you expect. I'm going to ask that each week you have something sort of specific you'd like to do, go ahead, or anything general. For example, basically you have the option to interact with someone, or like interact with someone specific. You have the option to learn the ship. You have the option to maybe learn a certain skill or trade. You have a lot of options, but sort of each week you'll do something. Now, it could be between 4 and 6 weeks. However, I'm going to go down the list of you all and ask for a D100. If there's an encounter, depending on the severity of the encounter, the progress will continue to slow.
Oof.
So first off, we're going to see what you guys want to do this first week. We're first going to go down the list. Cap,
Yes?
what would you like to do through this first week on board the ship?
Make sure River doesn't panic too much, I guess.
Okay, River. I guess we'll go to you then real quick.
As is my plan for the week, I plan to stalk the Dragonborn cabin boy along with never look at water.
Okay. Throughout your week, you notice that the cabin boy, the little, the young little gentleman, Capesque, sort of just goes about his day for the most part, cleaning and stuff like that. And he sees you occasionally looking at him, and you kind of glance your direction. And you sort of like, I guess, panic, maybe say blurt something, and just like run away, or you just hide, hoping that he doesn't notice you. My assumption of River.
That you're not incorrect. That is very true.
Okay. And he just kind of goes on about his day. You kind of see him always trying to have conversations with those in charge of like the bigger roles on the ship. You can tell he's the ambitious sort. Do you make any attempts to actually talk to him?
No, just stalk him.
Okay.
Cat bears witness to River stalking a Dragonborn, right?
Yes.
I just like to imagine he's just standing there, just like confusingly looking between the two and just shrugging whenever he just looks at them.
Throughout your time of like trying to occasionally check up on River to only find her stalking, when you do see her again anywhere near the sort of more open, large views of water, like up on the main deck and the like, you kind of just have her, like, you kind of like guide her with her eyes closed, or just some way make it so that she doesn't view it and scream out loud. There's been moments, but you've got it handled. Is there anything else specifically you like to do, as that shouldn't buy too much of your time?
Really just help out the ship doctor, just with whatever.
Okay. Roll me a medicine.
Medicine. Ah, I see. Intelligence. We meet again. All right, here we go. Oh no.
You know medicine's a wisdom, yeah?
Wait, wisdom?
Medicine's under wisdom.
Have you not been rolling wisdom this entire time?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh.
Nature is an intelligence.
Okay,
Oh,
never
God.
mind.
Oh, that's even better.
I'm the editor. Shut up.
That's such a Cap thing to do, though. Like, that is totally like, aha! I know what I'm common sensing. Oh, wait.
I
Alright.
forgot the time drove for this.
Wisdom. Ooh, wisdom. Wait, medicine. Dirty 20.
All right. So you've been helping Imrodel and Roxana sort of make poultices and the like, and you sort of observe Imrodel's worship, and she does have pendants and marks considering to the goddess of Lorelei, but you notice a lot of them are also spider related. Roll me a religion check.
See, that's intelligence. Oh no! Actually, 14. Not half bad.
15. So
Actually, no, wait, 17. I actually proficient in the 17.
Okay.
Aha, cleric.
Lorelei, you know, is the trickster goddess. You know that despite her, despite these pendants, her arachne-based stuff means that she might also worship a spirit or have a close connection to a spirit, as you recognize the spirit to be. Let me pull this up here real quick.
Lorelei? Oh, so wait, Lorelei, the trickster goddess? Or...
Yes, Lorelei, the trickster goddess.
But isn't that... No, wait, mine's of Discord, never mind.
No, Lyra is of Discord. Lorelei's the trickster. This, you've encountered a fellow, Fiacra, a fellow Lyra worshipper. But this is, I wouldn't say your first, but your more closer encounters with a trickster goddess. Many people, when they see of those religions, tend to stay away, considering trickster goddess.
I don't.
Of course you don't, but you know, but I have to put that out there for the sake of normally, you all are anything but normal.
My god plays practical jokes on me, probably. For all I know... What?
You play yourself half of the time.
Yeah, but for all I know, this whole crystal thing could be just one big joke Lyra's playing on me.
Please, can that be the plot twist?
Absolutely.
Looks like Sal turned the crystal I was testing time and tonight's big loser. Oh, you just hear that in the sky. Thaumaturgy.
You know that she worships Mizumina, which you recall as the spider spirit of fate. You know that's typically a couple of what drow specific the race usually worships. Considering it is fate, they believe that fate is what has kept them alive and thriving in their new environments, aka the Underdark.
I see, you also worship someone similar to me. Well, similar to my god anyway, in a sense.
Oh?
Lyra.
You don't look like the Lyra sort.
I
said you don't look like the Lyra sort.
We have a sort?
Yeah, here the goddess Discord worshippers. Usually there's a little bit more discord.
Have you seen my horns?
I've seen your horns. Your horns doesn't make you a worshiper of Lyra. Your actions and your faith does.
Mm-hmm.
Usually by now you'd be burning the mast down.
And usually by now you would have put the whoopee cushion on the captain's chair, and yet here we are.
I don't play pranks. If I want to trick someone, I'll actually trick someone.
Hmm.
Mostly out of the coin when we're on when we dock.
Ah, that type. Okay.
Sometimes. I do a bit, but that's none of your business.
Hmm. Uh, here's a suggestion. Do you know my one-eyed friend?
Yes, the one that is related to our first mate.
Um, if you put sand in his shoes for me.
Can't you do that yourself?
Good point.
I've got work to do.
And
Perhaps you should be doing some? You've
I-
helped out quite a bit, but, well, clearly you're more in the want to cause chaos department rather than getting some shit done.
Hmm. And then Cap just kind of continues working. He's just kind of He's waiting to cause chaos. He's waiting for people to feel like they're safe.
Okay.
So
And with that, Jacob Friesen just got called out. Kelvir,
Why?
what you doing?
More crow's nest shenanigans with Fenfair.
There is a lot of minor, sort of forceful reactions from the combinations. It's more like puffs of smoke, like and shit like that. But
Oh.
she talks a lot under her breath and to herself.
Mm.
Like this isn't right, this isn't right there. Maybe if I steal some stuff from Gelda's galley, that might help. But you do know that throughout the day she has to sort of pause what she's doing reluctantly, and sort of check the cannons and the artillery and everything.
Okay. She's mostly going to be reading her book. Obviously, still trying to learn Draconic.
Roll me
But
an intelligence.
all right. Into Malegenance, here we come. That is a 14.
Alrighty. You're continuing to sort of try and get the hang of it. You're becoming more fluent in the wording and stuff that you're already familiar with, the basics.
Mhm. So
Trying to
basic phrases.
yeah, still the basic phrases, the numbers, the letters. You're starting to get that, it's right now more focused on the fluency of that,
Mhm.
and being able to just basically hear it when it's there, rather than like having to like wait a second and be like, is that the right word? Yeah, that's the right word.
Mhm.
And
We love the early stages of learning languages.
Yep.
This is an apple. This is this is a boat. Here is a cat.
You do notice that Daggett, he notices as you are trying to learn Draconic.
Mm.
didn't take you for anyone interested in learning a new language.
Oh, well, I figure where we're headed, it might be useful.
Yeah, that would most certainly be, as that's their native tongue. That's usually what they speak of, especially around outsiders. Um,
I
I'm
know the
from there.
feeling. Oh, you're from there.
Yeah,
What's it like?
it's hot. It's
I'm sorry. You just you paused right after that, so it was just like
yeah.
it's hot.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
or-
basically like he
okay.
has like that slight smile of like it's hot, and he just like almost like PTSD flashbacks going on in
Oh
his head
God,
of
no.
just just everything. Like you could look in their eyes, you could just tell that there was some shit in them. um,
Just slowly, your arrows flinging in the background.
but it's we all have a pride, a respect for one another, very close knit. Almanzilus's we have a very large pride and honor. What we say is our word, and we go by our word. Yes,
Mm,
we have rules and all that, but most of us, we don't have much criminals or anything the like, because we all understand the importance of honor and what would that do to anyone's image or rights. It's a general respect for those above you and those more powerful, that
right.
being the Dragon Vanguard.
All right.
I've had family members who were part of the Dragon Vanguard, never too high up in rank. I
Hmm.
tried going in, but I never made it far, and decided to take a gamble at other paths in life. I sail around a lot, place to place, meeting all sorts of people.
The seas don't seem too bad.
I travel land occasionally, often when usually if Abraxas is able to stay on the ship, trade places.
Hmm.
Been a
What's
been a
he
month or so.
like? I've seen
Abraxas?
what I've seen, but what's he like on ship typically?
He's great, hard worker. Um, but don't get him wrong, he's a bit of a shithead in terms of making jokes and everything. He he's just part of the family. Everyone is. He likes to make everyone feel part of the family. I can tell though, something's about him.
Right.
There's a certain sadness in his eye anytime he laughs or drinks, stays on his lonesome.
Especially when his tattoo comes up.
Oh, yeah, that. He's, he's got some connections, that may be questionable. If eh, I don't know if I can say much in that department. What would you know of his magics?
Not much.
Then it's not really my place to say. But
Understood.
despite that, he's a good kid that I think just grew up a little too quick.
She gives a solemn nod.
If you want, I can help you a bit with
I
Draconic.
wouldn't I wouldn't mind at all.
At least with the correct pronunciations, the book can get it right.
Well, I am just reading it off a page. It's not like I'm hearing it.
Hmm. And he sort of takes a seat, and you two sort of sit at this table as he points at at words on the book, and you sort of begin to get the accent and stuff right. I won't even have you basically know for the most part, at least get the fluency in the basic phrases, alphabet, and numbers.
Nice.
All right. We're going to cut to uh, Mary.
I vibe.
You vibe.
I
You
ultimate
have a
vibe.
you've I've put up the crew. You have a whole crew.
Mhm.
You've got a monkey. You've got a whole ship.
Point at the monkey and laugh because it's a funny monkey.
I like how you bring up the monkey like
If
individually. Like
you wish
you
to
don't.
if you wish to step in during some point of interaction here and there, I'll possibly agree to it depending on the other player if you'd like to since you weren't with us last time to sort of get back into things.
Sounds dope.
All right. Rihanna, what are you doing?
Alright, so is there anyone on this ship that I could help that would be like easy on me at the same time?
Um, I mean, besides the surgeons, which is like very sort of light and low maintenance work, um, well, when there's not injuries everywhere, um,
Sorry, can you repeat
there's
that? My brother came in the room.
it's
Trying to-
okay. But outside of the surgeons, there's probably the cook.
Alright, bet. I'm gonna go help the cook.
You kind of walk into the galley, and Gelda sort of looks to you and kind of looks around as the galley's sort of empty at this time. Food's not done yet. What the fuck you want?
I just want to help, but if you don't want to help, I'm perfectly fine with
You want to help me?
it. Yes, I want to help you. I
Can you
literally have
cook?
nothing else to do. I can do a little bit, yes.
We'll see. And she just gestures. Get in here.
Okay.
And you walk into Gelda's kitchen. It's an absolute mess. Absolute. Dirty, dirty, dirty dishes, cutting boards, everything like everywhere. Just ingredients all over the table. Now like discard the bucket full of like you scraps and the like is just overflowing.
If you want, I can tidy up some of this for you. If that's okay. Unless you don't want that, then I completely understand.
Do what you want.
Alright, then I'm gonna start like cleaning all the dishes and stuff.
Yeah, you do so. And she's like, she's sort of like, you see that she's very sort of like focused on her work. Um, she seems to always have beside her this bottle of like some sort of drink, and then when she's done with it and sort of puts it aside in this like empty cart with a couple of other empty bottles, you'll see Nugget make it like she'll whistle, and Nugget will come in with a new bottle and like place it down before like being handed some sort of like fruit, if they have any good fruit still on board, and he just runs off. And you'll see he'll especially run off fast if the bottles or anything like that looks a bit different, and then she'll just like spit tank. What kind of elven piss is this? And fucking slam the just shatter the bottle.
I see you're very, very particular about what you like to drink.
That stupid little shit. Yes.
I don't blame you.
Look, anything made by those fucking elves, no offense,
Oh no, I completely agree with you.
is
You're
the
shit.
weakest fucking grape juice.
It is!
Absolutely terrible.
Oh gosh, they can't even get it right. And they think they're so high and fancy. No
Now,
one likes that.
dwarves, Dwarves, they've got their stuff somewhat right, but it's nothing better than halfling mead.
I don't think I've ever had
It's
halfling
not
meat before.
not the strongest, not the
You got
strongest.
that
I'll
right.
give it that. But it's just the right taste, and you'll get drunk after a bit. Just takes a little bit more than dwarven. Dwarven ale, they don't give a shit about the taste. They just care about how strong it is. So it tastes like shit. And elvens, they make it taste in such a peculiar, fancy way, but it's other absolute piss.
It is. I agree.
Right. I have possibly a bottle or two left, unless I drank it all, and that means that's why Nugget not getting the right shit. Get it right!
Don't you fucking yell at the monkey.
uh, if you have like the spare or whatnot, do you think I could try it?
Yeah,
I'm curious what it tastes.
yeah, right. I usually put it into our stew a bit. Come here, show you how to get some of our food ready.
All right, and I'll go over.
You're welcome to. And you begin to work on cooking with her. Roll me a performance.
Performance. Okay. Do. What dice? Should I use pink? I'm gonna use pink. That's a 16.
It's okay. You considering it's the first week, you notice that there's a lot more food than you could expect. But you do know that most of these foods would go bad. You also notice that in one area of this kitchen, there is, like, this is a fairly big kitchen, but in the slightly smaller closed spaces are 2 fucking cows and about 5 little, like, small, like, cages of chickens.
Ah, so the eggs and the milk are fresh, huh?
Fresh as they can be.
Mm-hmm.
Then later, down the line, supper. She looks at them and then looks back to her food.
Oh, okay.
Right. And you sort of you then work on you end up making a couple of sort of spiced, salted, um, assorted meats, accompanying it with some eggs, grease grits, and bread. And then she sort of you get the stuff ready, and you make it pretty good along with her. You know that she doesn't really care much for certain spices or seasoning stuff like that, where a lot of it is into what they would grab to sell, though it does not make all that much coin, so it just kind of sits there until they get to a place with a higher price or it will go bad. But you decide to take the opportunity to use that and use some of it to sort of enhance the food a bit.
Ooh.
And with that, you continue to sort of, I'm assuming, help make her meals, and you do try
Yes.
some halfling honey mead. It is very like sweet. It's got that slight undertone that you can tell that it's yep, it's meat, all right. Um, and you don't really get drunk off of it or
Okay.
anything like that after your first sort of bottle. Takes a little, you get the feeling, you get that warmness, that warmth, but outside of that, you don't get drunk.
You were right. That is really good.
And I'll be out within another week, and that's when I get mad, get real mad. till we make
Have
a
you
pit stop.
ever tried? Have you ever considered probably learning how to make it yourself one day? I know it takes a while to like age and stuff, but you could
I'm an
probably.
impatient person.
True. So,
All right then. Thanks for your help. If you wish to help out in any more meals, go ahead. You don't bother
little
me
bit.
as much as the others.
I try not to bother people.
But I've noticed your feline staring at those chickens there.
Oh, don't worry. I won't let her eat the chickens.
You're no fun.
Okay, look. She's been nice to us. Okay, can't really do that.
I
Yeah,
want
you know.
chicken.
Uh,
Can I go for kobold?
you know, you drive a hard bargain. Maybe, maybe.
I'm okay with that. She sort of plays down. And then we're going to cut. River, we kind of got to your stuff. Is there anything that you may have come up with along the way of our conversation? Of our conversations, anything?
No, I mean I stalk a teenage boy. I mean,
Can someone
Man, I can't wait for that to get clipped, and we're just gonna hear it over and over and over.
I stalk a teenage
You're
boy
gonna be fucking
throughout the
sitting there.
couple
You're gonna have a nice future, and then all of a sudden, one of your coworkers are gonna come to you, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, is this you?" You're gonna play that
no.
clip for you.
Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I just realized I work on an animation team. He's absolutely gonna see that.
Yeah.
Hello,
I
paper hat boy.
I'll be
Hello.
sure to go out of my way to send something over to him about
What's
how
up, Boizel?
What's up, paper hat boy? How are
Hey,
you?
stop! Stop making fun of him. He's fun.
I'm not
He's a
making
nice
fun of him.
person.
Yeah,
Okay,
We're
I
not
imagine
making
he
fun of
is,
him.
dude.
We're
How
just
are you
saying
doing?
hi.
Hi.
yeah. All right. So next up we have Sir Khan, and
Sorry, there's a conversation going on in general chat. Something
I've
about
noticed Sir
about the
Khan. What are
monkey.
you doing?
Don't let him
Don't
get
you
the
touch that
monkey.
monkey.
Don't let him get
Don't
the
you touch
monkey.
that monkey. There's a bet between Cap and I. Don't you fucking touch that monkey.
Yeah, no. We called dibs on the monkey. Our monkey.
I
not
called
yours.
dibs.
Our monkey's not yours.
Go ahead. You do your thing, Sir Con. I'm fucking with.
Sir Khan is able to speak. Chase.
Wait, I was just saying that I was gonna make the monkey an expo assassin at the end of by the end of the week.
What are you doing specifically in a more detailed manner?
Alright, first. I'm gonna be in my little quarters. I'm gonna make sure no one's in the room with me. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna see if there's like any way kind of like I don't know, maybe if I just like mess around with a glyph on my neck, it might be able to get me into contact with Mabel. I don't know.
Sure, roll me an Arcana.
Huh. I didn't think I'd actually get this far.
Didn't think I actually get this far. Has to go grab dice.
Shut up, Trin. Where the
Were you right about that?
there's like
I
one
know
more.
Jigsaw
I
too
thought
well.
there was one more person to go before me. Alright. Alright, here. I got it. Alright. See, I got it. You don't have to clip the episode. And I'm proficient in Arcana. 23.
Okay, 1 second here. Okay, so you mess around with it. Roll me just a roll me a d100.
I think this potion's working. 97.
Say 97 like it's a good thing.
Please tell me it's a good thing.
You've killed us all.
Oh no, why do I hear
Oh no,
boss?
that's not happening.
Yeah,
So
fucking shallow.
so um you mess around with it and you feel like you might be on the right track of getting any sort of contact to Mabel, but nothing really goes through anywhere.
Damn you, Trinity. Damn you to
All
hell
the
and
high
back.
enough for Arcana, but that T100, man.
Did I say 97? I meant 2.
You piece, don't you dare.
Yeah, that's totally what I meant. Now do.
No.
Fine.
Anything else you do?
Fine. I'm sure I can experiment on this monkey without the help of a trusty scientist.
You go to experiment that monkey, I throw you overboard.
Roll me a investigation to find the monkey, because he just, goes all over
No,
the
I'm
guy.
not gonna do it yet. First, I need to make sure I have like notes and shit. So
Okay.
you know that one little awaken ritual that in Sertan's backstory?
Yeah.
Would Sertan know anything about that? Have any notes on it?
Intelligence check.
He's trying to give the monkey sentience.
Intelligence is my highest
No,
stat.
he's trying to give the monkey blood powers.
I think he's trying to start
The
with
monkey is a bloodbender.
I mean, none of us know what the fuck this
I
awakening
that
ritual is. I just assume it means he's going to give sentience to a monkey.
He's going to turn the monkey into a bloodbender.
I'm just assuming it has something to do with the blood hunter.
Congratulations, Nuggets. You're a blood bender.
What'd you get?
22.
22? Right. You do have a couple of notes that you recall from Mabel's stuff. You sort of scribbled them down hastily, more of the fact of, your own interest in knowledge, and it's never something that that Mabel personally explained to you the entirety of the process. But you understand the connection to the general basics of what an awakening ritual might entail.
What, even be high enough of a fucking level in order to know what to do for shit? Because I know it's like a
You're
mid-level spell.
aware it's a high level, but it's the matter of, for someone at your little to known and arcane skill, it requires a lot more give in order to make this process. However, with your blood related abilities, you might be able to substitute it. Once again, considering how high level the awakening spell actually is for you, it will be a lot more costly to do. And it's going to be a lot more testing than anything, due to the fact of you have to substitute it with blood. Your sanguine arts.
I'm only 4 levels off from a 5th level spellcaster. I'm sure I can do this. Let me just fucking perform live experimentations on the monkey and hopefully make it a blood hunter.
So you're gonna try and experiment on the monkey?
Well, kinda with the awaken spell, I might use other animals as test subjects.
All right. Well, are you looking for
The
the monkey?
chickens or the cows?
Ooh, yeah, I was thinking of that, but yeah, that's much more fun.
But you don't know they're there. You haven't gone to the kitchen galley like Rihanna did.
I roll for metagame.
You better not.
What?
The only animal you're aware on the ship is Nugget.
Fine, let me get that fucking monkey bitch over here.
Roll investigation.
Hey, I'm proficient in that. 17.
17. You eventually find Nugget just sort of happily eating on a piece of mango that it was given as a gift after the hit and run of the elven piss, Gelda called it.
Is there any other mangoes nearby? Like any non-eaten mangoes?
I mean, you know, not that you can see unless you go to the galley, but you do also have your rations, I assume.
Yeah, true. I could just see if there's anything in my rations that could entice her.
Roll me a charisma check.
Charisma. I'm good with charisma. I'm sure this can work. Hopefully. 11.
It's not gonna be high. He's a fucking monkey.
Monkey.
You kind of grab a couple of bits and pieces of like dried berries from your food after he finishes the mango. He kind of looks and he kind of grabs one from your hand, and you sort of show that you have more. So he begins to follow you.
Alright. I'ma just go into like the little room where the experiments will go. Hopefully they're not painful. I don't want the fucking monkey to fucking turn on me and fucking kill me in my sleep, because that would be the worst
You don't want anyone to call
if I
PETA on
died.
you.
What?
You don't want anyone to call PETA on you.
Yeah, that would be an even more embarrassing way to die than the doves. Being killed by a sentient monkey. Have you ever been punched by a genetically engineered gorilla?
It's Rise the Planet of the Apes.
The Flash felt this statement.
So okay. So what was your plan with the like specifics of the experimentation? Like is it blood curses? Is it awakening? What's your plan here?
My idea was going to be trying to figure out if I could do the awaken spell. Maybe have to substitute some of the magic points with blood magic and shit. You know,
Roll me an intelligence check.
like, boys, wish me luck. Unless you're Uranus or Caprino, in which case you're probably not wishing me luck.
Fail. Don't touch the monkey.
I wish to make friends with monkey, not experiment.
No, monkey is friend, not experiment.
Does Sir Khan know the difference?
Good point.
Probably not. So that's a 16.
Scene. You think that in theory it is possible with a couple of modifications, though you do know that the spell usually costs an expensive gem.
Why does everything have to be so difficult? All I want to do is experiment on a monkey. Alright. Would there even be any expensive gems on this ship?
Roll an investigation check.
Everyone's just fucking. Well, not everyone, but random NPCs are just fucking seeing Sir Khan just fucking snooping around the ship. 14.
14. You think your best bet would be the captain's quarters. In the probably some sort of storage, which you do know where that is at, though you probably have to do it without being noticed by anyone, or perhaps any of the personal belongings of the crewmates.
Do I want to make enemies with random crewmates, or do I want to make enemies with the captain? Or do I want to become the captain? Decisions. What'd you say, Trinity?
What's your plan?
Mm-mm. First. Would the captain be distracted right now?
The captain is usually busy on the ship.
But busy where at the moment?
Just around their ship in general. It's a lot of talking, planning things out. If she's even mostly more so at the helm, as she does like to steer the ship more than often, and then usually she retires to the quarters after the dinner chow in the galley.
Huh. It's nowhere near dinner time, right? Hopefully.
No, it's. I mean, even if so, you can wait to the day as we're doing this over a week span to do so.
Oh, we're doing this over a week?
Yeah, we're doing this over a span of a week.
Huh. Neat. So basically, my plan was like, wait for her to be like distracted by some shit. Steal her form. Sneak off, steal her form. Blah blah blah. Go into the captain's quarter without suspicion. Blah blah blah. Pocket jam. Blah blah blah. Get back. Blah blah
Roll
blah.
roll a deception, roll a stealth, roll an investigation, and then roll a sleight of hand.
Oh god, I'm not get fucking murked by these dice. I can tell.
And then put them in campaign, and right after what each of them were, like 14 deception, all that kind of stuff.
Alright, let me just find enough dice for this. I do have 40 20s. If I can find the fourth one. There we go. Honestly, that's not bad. Let's see. What was the order you wanted me to put them in?
Roll deception, roll stealth, roll an investigation, roll a sleight of hand.
Alright. Deception. Stealth. Investigation. Sleight of hand. Honestly, I was expecting to do a whole lot worse for this. Does the countdown become a Lavatory and just fucking fail the next F saves he makes?
So, managed to sort of be convincing enough when she goes below deck to sort of wait till she passes by, disguise yourself, make your way out the deck, and move throughout the ship. Having spent at least probably like 3 days before fully putting this plan in act to sort of get down her strut and everything. Her stride, her presence, in order to get in without much of a glance in your direction. You kind of try and quietly get in the room and remain it untouched. You get worried as you hear a creak in the floor here and there, and kind of look occasionally, like as you look, it's a bit cluttered, so you kind of like maybe nudge something or push something with your foot. But outside of that, you don't really You do seem to be unnoticed as no one else is in the quarters. With your 25 investigation, you do find that she does have quite a bit of treasures she has kept over her journey, and what you think is your best bet is a piece of agate that looks to be really well polished and well cut. A beautiful, uh, a beautiful sort of crazy lace agate. And then uh, with your sleight of hand, you sort of carefully take it from where it was and carefully place stuff sort of on top of it to try and just make that empty spot where it once was more filled as if it was never there in the first place.
bada boom. Heist complete, hopefully. I'm probably gonna get decked as soon as I leave the room.
You carefully make your way out, and you head into your room. I'm gonna have you roll a single Arcana check, and that'll be all that you get done for the week. Sort of the planning phase, planning and prep phase.
Lord, please bless me. A good fucking dice roll. Any Lord, Buddha, Jesus, Gary Gygax especially.
You don't keep. By the way, you don't keep Nugget in your room. You kind of just let him. Nugget sort of roams around unless you need him, and most of the time he's just easily bribed by food. So
My prayer to whichever gods you are has worked. Randy, do you want me to switch out dice for another pair? Because I feel like I'm rolling too high.
what is it?
It's like that's a 18 plus 7.
We'll get to that later. With that, Terror, what have you been doing?
Yes, important question. Has Terror seen Fenfina around?
You would occasionally notice her as she sort of like speeds off to the below decks to the cannons.
Well, so Terror has seen
Yes.
person. Okay. Ah! And I'm gonna rage and will attack this gnome.
You're what?
Roll the hit.
He
Terror!
releases kobold and it's a gnome.
Are you fighting?
Yes.
Yes,
Tiny
he's
person
fighting the
fight.
gnome. He's fighting the gnome because he's a kobold.
Kelvier,
Kobolds
I will say
are
you
racist.
like you're kinda, like chilling in the crow's nest, knowing that she would come back.
Mhm.
This is probably before you come across Deketh and everything to help you.
Right.
You suddenly just hear Terror, and look down.
Do I see it?
Does Cap hear this?
No. Justin, shut up.
You look down and you see his great sword actually raised and striking down at Fenrir.
All right.
Who's that?
How tall is this crow's nest?
Boy.
That's a 15 and a 20 to
Okay.
hit with my great sword.
1 second
One
here.
second,
What?
Terror.
Just
1
saying.
second.
He would still he would still get this hit between
Oh,
then and
absolutely.
there. 1 second. I have to get this right though.
Because I have a plan.
What plan? No.
Oh,
Let me kill the gnome.
here's the
There's-
thing. I confiscated it from you. It has a maximum range of 120.
It's around 12, 13 feet tall.
All right, I'm throwing the javelin in between them.
Okay, well, first you kind of turn and you kind of see Fenfina kind of like go, huh? And then, what the? And gets basically just
Decked.
basically you see his blade just swing to the side, hit her side, and luckily with the blunt usually hitting the sort of large sort of chunks of like metal and stuff that she has carrying on that side, by raising up her hand that she kept wrapped around it to take the brunt of the hit, so she wasn't getting like straight up cut up. Roll me damage for those.
Both hit?
Jesus, Terror.
Artificer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, artificer.
She's a gnome. It's kind of perfect.
16.
See?
Yeah, 16.
Gnomes are the Archimedes of the
She
D&D
kind of gets
world.
slammed into the main mast that Kelvier's above, and Kelvier at this point you see the Terror. You see this javelin get thrown in between you and Fen.
She'll jump down.
The
No ladder. Jumping down.
Yeah, she sort of jumped down. Are you doing anything to negate the fall damage?
Slow fall. I'm a monk.
Yep.
Negates
But
25 damage.
I want to say this. You sort of it's sort of like a running down, like monk style, running down the mast, then you flip yourself
Yes.
off onto the in between, and then land on your feet. And she sort of, you see Feng kind of look. What are you doing? Why my stuff? And she just kind of, and she goes, ow!
You!
Dr-
No!
In Draconic, stop. Terror.
No!
She's going to stare Terror down, and she's not going to have the words for this, so she's going to have to switch back over to Common. Stop. That's enough. She has done nothing.
I'll fly above Kelvir and attack the room again.
Fine. You asked for it. Short sword, and I will even unarmed strike.
Okay, we'll have you. I'll have terror since there is sort of cover. I'm not gonna treat it as a cover thing in itself, other than you just get disadvantage. To hit.
Okay.
And Kelvir rolled a hit. What'd you get again, Orman? No, Orman. I'm
Orman.
wrong.
Wrong
Terror.
campaign.
God dang it! I had a natural on that one, but it's fine.
Alright, so that is.
Okay, a 14 and a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay. The dirty 20 will hit.
Okay. I will kill this kobold. I will kill this gnome. This is the last thing I do. 7.
7. Okay.
My voice is gonna get destroyed.
That's a 22, 15, 21, and 25 to hit Terror.
Oh, three hits.
3 of them? Alright.
Yeah.
One of those is short sword. I'm wasting a key point to flurry of blows you, so 2 of them are unarmed strikes. Alright. She won't hit you with the blade, however. She's going to be nice about it and turn it into bludgeoning, kind of hitting you with the flat side of the blade.
Roll the total damage. As I'm gonna quickly describe this.
Absolutely.
You fly up Terror and you sort of slam your blade down just over Kelvir and sort of scrape the sort of side of her Fenn's arm. As she then noticed, like, there's, she's actually bleeding. There's, this is really going on. She kind of tries to scurry around the mast to sort of get behind for cover. And as you take this opportunity as he's above you to kind of smack him with the blunt side of your short sword, bringing him down only slightly, at least so that he's in reach for your unarmed strikes. And then as crewmates like gather around, realizing this is an actual threat, you kind of see everyone kind of gather around, just going, "What's going on? What's happening?" And what's the damage, by the way?
25 total bludgeoning damage.
The force,
Jesus.
force sort of knocks you back against something
Well
solid,
done.
Terror,
5.
and you kind of look behind you, and you just see Delum.
Dear
Delamac.
Lord.
Wait, so
Hello.
everyone.
And he hugs you.
Oh my lord.
Welcome to Monks. We're level 5.
You're at level 5 and you're just 25 damage.
What's your grapple, Terror?
Let's see. As a barbarian, he's got.
Athletics.
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics.
He's gonna have a
And I'm
D12
breaking.
for. Yeah,
Delamac
Benedict.
kind of like
Oh, that's right. You were raging, so that 25 would have gotten halved
Oh.
for you, but still.
Yes, that's 11. I rolled.
Yeah.
You get hugged and squeezed into Telemax's arms as he looks to you. No, that's not very nice.
No, die.
You, and you kind of see Nick's go. You don't say that to family unless you're really, really drunk.
Or kobold, it seems.
Also, question: do we roll? Is it rounded up or rounded down for half damage?
Rounded down.
Yeah, rounded down.
Okay.
I say, is everyone there? Like we've all seen.
Yeah, you
it.
guys basically at this point hear the ruckus and eventually make your way to see sort of squeezed in Delamax's arms is Terror.
And
slightly
Kelvir pipping a
sweating,
javelin
greatsword
out of
hanging
the
down.
ship.
How?
Yeah.
Kelvir, what happened?
You really can't tell?
I know
You
what
tried
happened.
to kill me.
Okay, do you have a barrel of water?
Hey,
That way.
We have a
I'm gonna go to pick up Terror.
Oh, are we giving him a swirly?
No. I thought of something because he's tiny. And I pick him up. I'm gonna walk over to the thing. Is there a lid on it? I open the lid, I put him in, and I put the lid on top. I'm gonna wait about a solid minute before opening the lid.
There's always the brig.
No. This is
Oh yeah, let the little chicken bird watch over it. And he kind of looks in the direction of Koff, who's been in the back of the crowd. And he just looks at everyone and goes,
You know what?
Well, I mean,
Fair
to
enough.
be fair, this will
Let's
tire
not.
him out so we can throw him into the brig.
Cap just kind of goes in.
After the minute of him treading water in a barrel.
Cap just kind of like elbows Immortal and just kind of just looks at her and goes, "Do you see why I don't try and cause discord? I don't have to."
That's fair.
"They're better at your job."
They're better at your job than you are.
Man, someone else doing my job, why do it?
Okay, is the barrel?
So after a minute of
You're
treading
the one
water, I
worshipping.
lift the lid. Is he tired yet?
I mean,
Well, his
after a
rage is
minute, his
over.
rage should be over. Yeah.
Alright, has he pooped himself?
Yeah, it's like slumped down on his like little tummy. It's like.
He picks him up and he drops him out of the barrel. Just picks him up so he's out of the barrel and then lets go.
So
You done? Baby need his bottle.
Praxis just approaches. I didn't know you were what would we say? A lizard sitter then?
No.
We might as well move Terror around.
I mean, I just figured he would.
Why do you hate gnomes? Like, I mean, I've heard of that like rumor, but I've never seen it. Why?
So you're just gonna look at Uranus and be like, "Terror on
No.
the."
Go lay down. I point to a corner of the ship. Go lay down.
No.
Go lay down.
No.
Go lay down or bucket.
Okay. I pout at the corner.
Go lay down or bucket.
Terror is
Oh
a
my
child.
lord.
Terror is a child.
Apparently. Oh my
Gotta
lord.
see.
We
gotta
now have to
see
carry
everyone
around the
start
barrel.
calming
That's like
down.
a child and more like Uranus talking to a dog.
Yeah.
Moldrin and
No, he just put him in
Roxana
timeout.
gesture Finn to the surgeon's room. Everyone kind of slowly gets back to their duties, and Koff sort of like lets the crowd disperse, looks at Terror, and then just goes, and then leaves.
Kelvir's gonna go up to Fenfear. Fenfina, I'm sorry about him.
It's all right. Everyone has their differences at first, I guess. we fight all the time, not really to the death, but that's, family is. Your family's just a little weirder, I guess. I'm trying not
How
to be
far
mad.
is how far is Ferfina? I would like to spit.
I'd say more like business partners.
Is that
We
really how
haven't
you're treating
we haven't gotten to the family part of this group.
them? How long have you been traveling now?
Not very long. Few months.
Could at least be friends.
Yeah, but then things like that happen.
Taylor will eat you.
And I will beat you again.
Look, look. You're with them for long periods of time. You guys are going to go through stuff, as you are now, that aren't fun. We all have. We've all faced things that we're not happy about. We've all uh, dug up buried, our buried pasts. It's just how families are. Push through them together. You have to. Who else do you have? Where else do you go? These people, despite how they are there for you.
I?
Do you really imagine us, all of us, working together any other way if we weren't family?
Hmm.
It's an important bond, but we haven't quite gotten there with some people. Others are closer than others.
That's fair. Roxana! And you kind of see Roxana look. I need, I think, these list of ingredients here. And she sort of pulls out and it just rolls outwards and she just kind of Roxana sort of grimaces. No. But Roxy, please. I just need a little.
Kelvier's gonna look at the list.
It is just a list of a bunch of herbs, a bunch of the liquids, just a mixture, amalgamation of just whatever that you trying to work on for that
Does
concoction.
any of it call for ink?
No.
Alright.
She's just, it's like Roxy, please,
What
please,
about
I'll do anything.
what about Tinder? What about Tinder?
I would say so, yeah.
I'll give her my Tinder box.
She takes that. Thank you. And she then looks through the entirety of the list and crosses it off, and then looks. Okay. If you do this, I will take your head duty on top of mine. Come on, Roxy, please. Aldrin, do something. And Aldrin goes, I don't work with that. I work with my magic and my goddess. And she's just like, you know.
Kelvier just gives a slight look.
And she just kind of
Confusion for a moment, and then just shrugging it off.
you see that she just kind of pouts. And she's like, fine. Watch your wares tonight. And she hurries off. And
How
Taylor,
old is she?
Hmm?
How old is she?
Roxana or Ben?
Fenfina.
And are you asking character out of character? Just make sure.
In character.
Roxana sort of looks older than me, technically.
She acts like my child.
Aren't most gnomes like that?
I don't know. Out of character, how many gnomes would Kelvier have even met?
Like 2, and your mom monastery, and they're from your monastery, so they're fairly
Yeah. So they're fairly tame.
yeah. And then Maldron just goes 217.
Whoa. She's
She
like
remembers our
double my
birthdays. Why
age.
can't you remember hers, Roxana? Because we have too many people on this ship. I'm 70. I have enough on my plate.
What race is she? I
Uh,
can't remember.
Roxana is a orc.
Ah, a 70-year-old orc.
Yes, 71 to be specific.
Mm. Huh. I've still got you by 30 years. 29 if you want to be specific.
Sort of goes back to her poultice. And Mulder just rolls her eyes. If we're gonna play that game, Mulder, then I'll live you.
This has turned into the age game. Who said that?
Mulder,
A Mulder.
you know, the drow.
Yeah. Well, how old are you?
Me. Well, I'm 322, and I believe that makes me the oldest on this ship, next to Dilimac, who's 282.
I believe you've got us all beat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How old is Marie?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. She wouldn't even know because
Say,
memory
Marie has
loss.
amnesia. She doesn't know.
I don't know. You like made me think for a second. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Lucian,
don't have a clue.
cut off her arm and we count the rings.
Oh god.
Followed by Fen, who's 217, and then Koff. I think he's the oldest beyond in terms of his race. I
Mm.
don't know how long Kenku lived for, but I feel like he stood the test of time of that.
Fair enough. She's going to then walk over. Terror, are you calmed down?
No.
Understood. Then I'll leave you in the. No. No.
Taylor went out of the corner.
No.
Taylor
Kelvier's gonna kneel. Kelvier's going to kneel down. Keep in mind, this is a halfling.
Well,
Taylor,
I'm 1.5 feet tall. Yeah.
what makes you hate gnomes?
And Taylor's just gonna sit in the floor.
Answer the question.
Father taught Taylor to hate gnomes.
He taught you?
Yeah.
Well, what did he say about them?
Gnomes are evil. They're lemon.
The-
Evil lemons.
Every villain is.
Why does why does everything go back to lemons? Wait a second. First it was the abyssal fox, and then it was Taylor with the lemon.
Thank you very much.
I don't care.
Remember, kids, every villain is lemons or
Keep in
evil for
mind,
sure.
all lemons are evil. Well, I'm not sure what you mean by lemon, but I've known a couple of good gnomes. Have you met any gnomes?
Have I? Can I do history?
Yeah.
Okay. What's my history? One. I got a 13.
there was one that you actually were in an encounter with them. Like you've kind of like glanced at them when you like pass by, but you kind of notice there's like it's less of it's kind of like you didn't know for sure that they were a gnome. Like could have been halfling or anything like that. No, you recall one on his own. Clearly a gnome. He's dead now.
Oh, because of terror.
Yeah.
E. But no dead. Hey.
Well, did he do anything to you? Or did you just attack like you did Fenfina?
Terror attack.
You can't judge books by their cover, Terror.
Terror don't understand. Inside. See gnome. Kill.
But that's the thing. Not all gnomes are bad. In fact, I knew a couple in my monastery. Felpos and Ellie. They were a couple, but they were in the monastery and were probably a couple of the nicest people. In fact, Ellie even helped raise Ember a bit.
Terror don't understand. Terror hate father, but hate father gnome inside.
You hate your father. Well, what did he do? Who was he?
And then the more you talk about his father, he like kind of like curls up to like a ball, like
Take your time. You don't need to tell me now.
okay.
Are you going to be calm?
Taylor kind of looks away and nods.
Can you promise me that you won't attack Fan again?
Taylor try.
I guess trying is all I can ask right now.
Beef
I think the first step
Leave.
will be apologize.
will leave.
We can get you food afterward. But I think it's only fair that you say you're sorry.
Okay. Or beef.
All right. Come on.
And you eventually approach Fenfita, who's just like, it's just she like just finished up wrapping her bandages, and as you approach, she sort of like goes like she just like she doesn't have anything on her, so she puts her hands out like,
It's okay, Fen. He's here to apologize.
hmm.
Taylor. Yeah. Taylor not kill you. No.
That's good to know. I'd like to be alive.
Mm,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah.
I've figured out a little bit of the problem, so he says he's going to try not to kill you.
Try
Obviously,
not to.
I know how it sounds, but would I know anything about her knowing any other languages?
You can assume that she knows Gnomish, and what languages do you know outside of Halfling?
Primordial, Sylvan, Halfling, and Common, and a little bit of Draconic, obviously.
You can make the assumption that she might know Primordial.
Okay. She's going to
Meaning
switch to
vast majority.
Primordial for just a little bit. He's not the brightest. I've at least got him there.
She shrugs. Alright, alright. I forgive you, I guess.
She'll switch back to Common. It's the best we can do for now. But I promise, if he does attack unprovoked again, there will be harsher consequences.
I want him 10 feet
Understood?
away from me at all times.
You hear that, Terror?
You can see Taylor's tail kind of like tapping. You know, like when you have like restless leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening with his tail. It's like.
Keep your distance. I think that's only fair.
Will Taylor get beef?
Yes. We can go to the cafe and get you.
Okay. And then Taylor will slowly like walk away. Well, but we'll give like the whole like I keep my eyes on you kind of gesture like.
So with that, we're gonna cut to Uranus.
Monkey.
Oh, biggity boys, monkey time.
Hey, monkey time. Oh God, my voice. I'm so sorry.
So I made a little list while I was waiting. Well, let me get the list. First things first, before anything, I'm gonna see what the captain's up to. Cartwright. See if the ship's in ship shape.
Kind of approach the captain who's currently at the helm, and she just looks to the horizon, with a small smile on her face, and she glances in your direction. Can I help you?
Just checking in, making sure everything's up to code. You know, nothing bad's happening.
And you would know?
I don't know.
We're
Just
fine.
figured I. All right, that's good to know. So, how you doing?
Is there anything outside of small talk?
No, fuck off!
I don't know. I just figured I'd bother someone. Get to know
You're
the
not your
people better than a
brother,
movie.
whatever.
I bothered him enough.
What about your other companions? What's his name? Donald? He's getting along with our total.
That's good.
Hmm.
See, people are getting along besides the scuffle from earlier.
He was frowning before when you first get on, grumpy bastard. Now he's hanging
They're
out with the
always
other
grumpy.
grumpy bastards. Now they're grumpy together.
Their collective grumpy energy will summon something evil. Who knows?
Possibly.
Yeah.
So, you weren't raised with your brother, as far as I can tell. Archangel?
Nope. Yep. There you go. I had a family, as we call it. He does little air quotes.
And I'm only asking this because I worry for my family. My family.
Yes.
He wasn't happy. He got on.
He wasn't.
you-
He seemed pretty happy with himself.
He's happy that he's back, but I know him better than anyone. especially after the whole greeting and introductions. We talked, but he doesn't say much.
Hmm.
He's
What's
happy
it like?
he's found his brother. He's found his siblings again. He's happy that he doesn't feel alone, but he's angered. Something about the father.
Yeah, let's not go too far into that because I'm not the happiest about it either.
Well, what did he say? Did you find out who?
Well, yeah, we figured out who. Took a swing at the guy too because he could have easily told us when he decided to withhold.
What did he say? Hi, I'm your
Yeah,
dad. Nice to meet both of you.
basically, he kind of walked into a back hall and said, "Hey, I'm your father. Sorry for lying to you for so many years. I could have told you in any given moment, but
Did he talk to Abraxas at all?
not really." Kind of walked off after a while. After taking a swing at him. So yeah.
Well, any odd behavior, nightmares, markings.
No, not
Mm,
at all.
I'm sorry. I worry for my crew.
It's understandable.
But enough of that. You probably want to talk about something else, not being your brother's shadow here on the ship.
Probably.
You've got quite the name for yourself, considering Archangel and all that. What do you
Yeah.
you do as an archangel? Sit, read
And,
scriptures of the All Father? What?
no, I hit things. It's kind of my thing. They go, "Hey, go over here. There's a big evil thing," and I go, "Okay," and then I hit it, and I go home and I take a nap, and they go, "Hey, another quest. Go hit this guy," and I go over there, I hit that guy, and so on and so forth until I met the party group. So
Okay. Weirdest thing.
yeah, weirdest
What would
thing.
yes? What would be the weirdest thing you've done or had to deal with?
Hey, DM, what would be the weirdest thing I've had to do?
I mean, that's up to you.
I mean,
It would be the weirdest thing to come across in a paladin's adventure.
that is a good question.
Go
A
nuts!
flying goat with flaming shit.
Go nuts! Have fun.
Why is that so funny? I mean, kind of had to fight a giant monkey thing. I may have accidentally used a gnome as a weapon mid battle. I mean, he was small enough and he was wearing armor. I mean, it worked. But
Hmm.
yeah, turns out that gnomes make good flails.
They make good
So
cannons too.
they never tried that one yet.
You'll see.
I mean, the kobold weighs about the same as a gnome. Maybe we could put terror in there and see what happens.
I don't know about that. That's
I mean, I'm sure if he holds the sword straight enough, he won't take any damage. His sword will blow through the hole, and I won't have to worry. Yeah.
definitely. It's just your group is interesting.
They're weird if you ask me.
Well, that's family. Family is weird.
Yeah, that's true. I
Mm,
mean, family usually doesn't have horns bigger than their head, or talking cats or terrors.
Normal families, we'll call them normal, aren't us, any of us. They have a mother, a father, maybe a couple of siblings, and a nice home. It's not fun. There's nothing normal about any family. This crew is my family. We're all very different. We all would probably, in any other scenario, not want to spend more than a week near each other. And yet we all get along and would lay down our lives for each other. We all understand that we have our problems, we have our pasts, we put them all behind us, or we help each other with it. And we just become stronger together. That's some soft, mushy shit.
That's a good way of putting it.
Nothing without family.
Yep.
Don't look so glum. You've got some.
I can't help it. It's a natural state of mine. They call it the resting bitch face.
Oh
Guess
yeah,
that's
Muldrin has it. So does
Hmm.
Roxana. Our surgeons aren't pleasant.
So don't get injured is what I'm hearing.
I mean, you can get injured, they'll help you. But don't expect them to be easy about it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're, just don't be so glum. Everyone's got family eventually. Everyone finds family eventually. I mean, Abraxas did.
Yeah, that's
More
true.
ways than one.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go teach a monkey scripture. Pat her on the back and I walk.
He better not be repeating any of that.
Yeah, no promises. And with that, I'm gonna head down to the galley. I'm gonna get a banana and I'm gonna get the monkey and I'm gonna have him sit in my lap and I'm gonna read her scripture.
Okay.
Like you're
Kind of
reading a
do throw on
child
like
a
the
book.
main deck out in the sun. He just like kind of eats the banana slowly but surely as you trying to read it to him. Roll me a religion check, I guess.
Oh, biggity boy. Hold on, let me pull up my thing. Forgot I was taking notes, so I gotta pull up my sheet. Yada yada yada. Wisdom plus religion. That's wisdom is religion, right? Yes. Good.
Yep.
All right. So that's plus proficiency. 14. 18.
All right. So with with that, you've been reading it off for quite some bit now, and occasionally you have some hope. You have some slight hope as when he's out of food, fiddles with the pages.
Yes, he's reading. He wants to learn.
And you kind of
Can you
show him.
can you
Kinda
say
show-
all father? Right there. Go ahead.
He looks to you and he just points at. He just points where you pointed at.
Yes. I should probably put money on this before the end of the month. I
So
pet the monkey.
with that,
Convert the
I'm gonna
monkey.
say for the first week for your companions, Donald has fit in, and for once you see Donald actually smile for longer periods of time.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Spends much of his time
Mimic kill it.
the Gunnis and the
It
more
can't be
rabbit
him. It can't be
like
him. It's a changeling.
Hmm.
Mimic.
you know that like there's even one night where you're all like it's like a more it's a more like a calm day. All the work's been done for most of the week, and everyone's sort of gathered around, and Corum, Donald, Nick Scale, uh, all sort of make their way over to Donald W. as he begins playing a tune, and they just sing the night away,
Hmm.
Change
Can I
life,
join
kill it,
them with
throw
my
it
flute?
overboard.
Hmm.
singing drunken shanties.
The best kind of shanties.
So now Fiacra, and Fiacra has been most of the time sort of like out in the sun. She still has a parasol, and she wears dark clothing still, yet again, just by being on the sun much. Sort of exploring the ship itself. She also sort of helps out with more of the cabin boy like duties without really getting her hands too dirty, and spends a lot of time with Abraxas. Um, and Abraxas, for the most part, is doing his job, doing his work. He's a bit more serious here and there, but he has his moments of just like joking, jesting around. Um, and you do notice, however, he wears these thick gloves, leather gloves that go up to the for like up past the elbow recently.
Oh.
And with that, now on for the encounter, possibly.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I want
The
Cap
fuck you mean encounter?
Mm-hmm.
to call me in D100.
All right. Okay, which one you want?
Why are you
Metal,
so close
tech,
to your
or granite?
microphone?
Huh?
Who?
Metal, tech, or granite? By the way,
Justin's so
just
close to
Pick
his
one.
Metal.
metal. Okay.
Just roll. We want
You're so-
combat. Come on, we haven't had it in so long. Come on, baby,
You're
kill
so
us,
close
please.
to my ear.
Alright. I'm not that close to the mic.
Is it because you're wearing headphones?
I've always been wearing headphones. It's the closest he's
Then
ever
he's
been
always
all
close to
session.
your ear.
No.
19.
Clown.
19?
Yeah.
All right. Kelvier,
What? Wait.
roll me D20.
Oh no. Oh no.
D20.
Combat.
Uh-oh.
Combat. Combat.
That's a 3, my boy.
All right. And then finally, I need Mary. Roll me a D20.
What the fuck? Me? Okay. 3.
Wait, did we just both get 3s?
Oh
What does
god,
this
but if you
mean?
Oh god, but if you get one more 3 and then you add the other 3, Satan. Just-
What? That's not how that works.
What?
I'm
Getting
bad at
another 3 and
math.
adding another 3?
Wait, no, you'd have to add 333 more. Wait a minute.
Second here.
Or you could just.
Gotta change it.
Or I could just stop talking because my brain is collectively melting. I don't know anymore.
collectively melting. As in, you have multiple brains?
Yes,
all
I
at the
do.
same time?
I have several because but they're so small that they form one. It's like a citadel of brains. Like the brain cells fly back and forth and transfer messages.
It's
Mm.
the Senate
Is
building
that?
for Star Wars, but
Oh.
brains.
Oh, I understand
Yes,
now.
it's like
Is
Star
it?
Wars. It's the council, the Senate, and I have brain cell
They
Palpatine,
all.
and he's like, I
They
am the
all.
brain.
They all have meetings occasionally.
Mm.
Yes, sometimes there's civil war. Always
Oh
during
my
exam day, though. Always during exam day.
Always.
You all or something.
Mm.
Exactly.
I like the part where the kids were there and
And then Anakin murders them all.
he did that.
Oh no, Lucasfilms and Disney are gonna have our necks. We're talking about their show. Oh no,
Their show.
their film. I don't know, man.
Film?
Technically, the Clone Wars is a show.
What's a
Fuck
Star
off.
Why is there a war?
What?
Chris, you haven't even watched the original trilogy.
I saw the prequels. That's all that matters.
That
What?
doesn't help.
See, now here's the funny thing. I haven't seen any of them except for the new ones.
No.
I'm gonna find a way to get you to watch them.
My heart died
No.
just a little bit.
We
hearing that
have
statement.
Disney. I have Disney Plus. We
I
could
have
just
it
watch
too.
party.
Yeah.
All right, here you go, boys.
Now let's get back to dying.
Yeah.
Notice eventually one day nearing the end of the week, the sky. One second here, making sure that this is actually gonna play.
Oh no, the clouds are mimics.
Hmm?
Hand me my javelin.
Don't give her ideas.
Sky grays with an overcast.
And then along came
The water's unnaturally calm.
I don't like it
Shit.
anyway.
I made a joke
Tides
about this
almost
earlier. Are we
non-existent.
actually about to get krakened?
Mm-hmm.
Ocean
Alright guys, let her narrate.
an almost inky black.
Oh fuck, it is a kraken. Never mind. No
Oh,
more
crap.
narration.
And everyone does not take this as a good sign. Muldrin already praying as she sees a bad omen in this day. Everyone keeps an eye on edge. No one really does much to uplift or relax.
Trin, can I use my divine sense?
Sure.
I'm just gonna head to the front of the ship and use my divine sense.
Does it detect aberration?
Oh no, I don't believe it does. It
You do notice as
detects
you look
celestial
down to the
fiend
very
and
edge
undead.
of the ship while trying to cast for anything. Shadow.
Uranus is
Anything-
gonna call out to the crew and point down to it.
You see it's large, and then it's really small, there's a small little like whirlpool-esque beneath your feet, and then suddenly a person, and slowly
First,
rising out is a man, weathered with the age of the ocean,
It's
tintish
Poseidon.
green skin, covered and coated in seaweed, coral, barnacles, everything.
can I help you?
You're
Does
treading.
Kelvir see this?
Yes.
Everyone sees this?
So does he respond?
1 second.
Oh.
Also, as he's saying this, Uranus is gonna take out his greatsword and kind of plant it between them. You know, like the classical,
Yeah.
like you shall not pass. Blade against the wood.
Tread into
Blade pointed toward the
undesirable
deck.
waters of my
We are simply passing. We mean no harm.
everything simply passes.
And who the hell are you?
I am but a servant. A warning.
Hey, cool. Thanks for the heads up. We're gonna keep going this way now. We'll see you later,
We're
probably.
not gonna do anything. You
A
don't have to worry. We
warning
won't be.
for what?
And you see him extend his hands outwards and then push them downwards. And the water levels like sink slightly.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh dear
And
God.
as it does, you see wood
Oh.
and stuff peek out from the waters.
Oh, no. It's water Jesus.
Shipwreck Cove.
By the way, I'm below deck
sea
because I'm afraid of water.
Ships. A graveyard.
Marie kind of takes she holds her hand out and like her lance just comes right in. She's like, "I, the hell you want?"
an offering for my master.
And what would that be?
Who
Sort
is
of
your
offering.
master?
He is but an all-knowing being lying deep within these depths.
While the guy's talking, Marie's just like holding her hand out and doing like the mouthing hand.
Hold on. Do you have anything to do with balance?
That I am not aware of. All
Well,
that I am
what-
aware of is that he asks of an offering for those who tread upon
What
these
kind of an offering?
your most valued item from each of the people on these ships.
Oh no.
Whatever you say, you crazy water lizard. Wizard, not lizard.
This kind of lizard snout. All of a sudden, he's like, "How dare you!"
Dried fruit and tosses it his way.
He doesn't. He just glances in your direction. And looks back to the. This should not be taken as a mere joke.
What if we have nothing of value?
And why should we trust that you actually are some servant of some greater being? Yeah, right.
Well,
Probably
you
just
did
a
kind
pirate
of just push the water down.
magic comes in many forms, dear Euron.
That's fair.
It's probably just some dude trying to swindle us.
Don't believe me.
Giving me no reason to.
In 10 days' time, you will meet someone more far greater of power than my own.
Oh God, we just fucking bet the water god, didn't we?
Yeah,
I
you dumbass.
Uh-oh.
I didn't bet him. Fucking
The
Marie
one
did.
that brings these ships to their endless slumber.
Tell him I said hi, and when he does come around, I'll have some more fruit ready for him.
Next to the
Sound like
rest
a
of you.
deal?
What if we? So you just want something of value
Sent
from each
some
person?
those of value close to you. It does not matter. Coin does not matter. Along with these ships, we have their treasures. Like it is of any worth to us, anyhow.
Kelvier is going to pull out the platinum coin. The one that the one that Raziel had given her when she was leaving.
Kelvin, are you sure you want to trust this Joker?
Are you sure you don't?
Yeah, pretty positive.
Well, I mean, judging by the fact that there are many sunken ships, I wouldn't play games with whatever this is.
Ever heard of a major image?
Okay,
Very
but he
easily
also-
faked.
Okay, but do you really want to play with that?
Do you really want to get rid of something that important to you?
I have nothing of importance.
Same.
Good. So I guess we'll get everyone else.
Then I guess it's just a matter of anyone else giving something of importance.
I'm going to
Something
hand
of
over.
She'll toss the
importance
coin.
doesn't have to be a separate item on your person.
You ain't taking my foot.
What does that mean?
I value this foot.
I value a lot of things on my person.
My favorite toenail. No.
Pinky?
What
You
does
are
that...
made up of something sentimental to you.
Memories.
In the mental aspect, it is possible. In a physical aspect, it is also possible.
This is some crazy ass cultist.
I'll have to think about what I'm going to give.
Your time. My master only sits, waits. He decides who lives and who dies.
Sounds like he's real full of himself.
Can I roll a religion?
Yeah, sure,
Maybe
roll
I've heard
religion.
anything. Let's use the blue and purple.
Yeah, I mean, does this sound familiar to Maria or Uranus, who learn nothing but
You're
religion?
honest.
Like, yeah.
Nothing.
Sounds familiar to you.
Who does he
Sounds-
sound like? Who does he
One
sound like?
person who sits, observe, watches, thinks he has the power above all, but never really heard of.
Ah, the All Father.
Don't you fucking start, lizard man. I'll make you tread water again.
That's a
Um,
No, I'm
19 on my
sitting over
religion.
here.
which god might this be?
It's not a god that you can recall, but it's a being that you can recall.
19 religion.
Should I make a religion check? Because I can't
You
remember
can
the
make
name
an
of it.
intelligence check
An
for you,
intelligence check.
Uranus. And religion for you, Kelvir, don't know.
Any advantage or not? Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence.
Fuck.
I don't know.
You don't know
Let's,
of anything.
let's hope I roll high.
The like who lives, who dies, is like out of death, but that doesn't make sense. Why underwater? Why here?
Right.
Why have this connection to the sea?
16.
16.
Rolling nice
You
tonight.
recall the judge,
That's why I asked about the coin.
but the thing is, you don't think that he necessarily connects to the sea.
I'm gonna quietly reach for the coin and hold it for a minute and try and get in contact with him again.
Roll me a d20.
Hiya! 4.
You then everything around you stop. But the man that stood before you,
Oh shit, I figured out the puzzle.
and you kind of see the stormy gray skies open up to a large shadow above you.
Oh no. I figured out the puzzle.
You wish to speak to me?
Is this your doing?
In a sense. I am but of one of many. Many work for my cause. From beings of all sorts. This is but a servant of one of those beings.
So, is carrying this coin for you not service enough? Should we not be given
Maybe.
passage?
Perhaps.
Why don't you speak to him then?
I could attempt, but that is not the balance or way of things.
Alright, then let's balance it out. You do this for me, and in return, I do not throw this coin into the first forge I see.
Should you do that, it is only a piece of me that is gone.
Still, every
The
piece is
rest of
important
me
in a
lives
puzzle.
on.
Every piece is important in a puzzle, is it not?
It's a horror crux.
Oh god!
All I need is one small piece to survive, to grow.
So I take it contacting you is a waste of my time then.
Not a waste. Everyone has a purpose, a part to play. Your purpose led you to here, which asks for a sacrifice of sentiment.
Well, I have nothing of sentiment. Neither does the amnesiac or the other amnesiac.
Or the other amnesiac. There's three
the
of
one
them.
after that.
Yeah.
we have three.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. He definitely has. He might have some shit of importance
Well,
because
I'm
he's been
sure
around
you
for a while.
value more than you realize. It asks for anything of sentiment.
Do you know what happens if we refuse?
Should you refuse, you will be met by another servant of this being, one much stronger.
Quite the conundrum.
Do as you
Alright.
see fit, but do realize every action has consequence. And for every consequence, I oversee.
Alright.
I do not wish for you or your companions to die. In fact, I hope you might aid me. But I cannot intervene in what should be the right way of things. One does not simply sail on by tough waters.
Alright then. Oh,
You
I'm
will-
putting you back in the pocket.
Fine then.
By the way, is it getting too musty in there? You need me to clean it out?
I am fine.
Alright. You have a nice day. He puts it back in his pocket. In his backpack.
Okay. What are you all doing as as time continues once more?
Cap heard like that whole encounter, right?
No, time stopped.
Time stopped for everyone except the judge, Uranus, and the other being.
Oh.
Wait, so the being heard all that?
Mhm.
Alright.
He just looks to you and he gives a bow.
I give him a nod. So, I
She'll
take
toss
it
the
we.
coin.
He sort of takes the coin.
Hey Trin, I have a question. Could I offer my ear cap thingy? The earring thing?
You could.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna take out my Bible and toss it to him.
Sure to suck not having a spare Bible.
Who needs the Bible when you fucking memorize?
I was just about to say.
Wait, so what's the plan? Because I was doing
To
it.
give away something of sentimental value. I know this is your
Not
weak
up
suit,
there.
Sand.
Fake man.
I know
not
this
up
is your
there.
weak suit, especially with other characters. But that means body parts, memories, or sentimental pieces.
Cap tosses him one of the signs of Lyra that were like on a cufflink on his suit.
Okay.
Taylor is confused with the
So
word.
now he only has one.
I gave him my rations.
Kelder
Food is
will
Marie's
look
comfort.
to Taylor and trying to think in simple terms because obviously that's all she can communicate in Draconic.
I mean, don't you have like the dictionary, or you can just read it from there?
That's true, but that takes time. And I guess she could. She's going to look for the words in the dictionary, and she's going to say sentimental value, give up an item, memory, or body part.
I'll let you do that. It's a little like
Yeah, it's going to take some time.
Yeah, it takes a minute, and it's very like you know, it's very jerky and like all
Mhm.
that. But you do manage to
Especially having to go
get your
word
point
for word.
across. Yeah.
Okay.
Terror hears beef from Kelvier a few times.
No, she's reading it from the dictionary, so she wouldn't mistakenly say a different word.
No,
Yeah.
but that'd be
If she was
funny.
if she was going from memory, that probably would happen.
What are you doing, Kaor?
Why?
Passage.
Oh.
It's either that or the ship sinks.
Oh. And
She
then
might have gotten through that sentence on her own, with maybe the word for
Dude.
ship.
If you got tired from treading water for a minute, think about days.
You can't understand Draconic, you don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, my
exactly.
bad. I didn't realize I was speaking Draconic. Why does his voice drop? What the fuck?
Well, my voice is the one you're
Oh
hearing
God! Now
Draconic
his voice.
from.
Now Kelvier's voice sounds like a man. What the fuck? How do y'all do that? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Taylor kind of like looks a bit sad as he like unsheathes his great sword and gives
Holy shit.
the handle to Kelvier.
They.
The handle specifically?
Yeah, like like
Like the handle to
how
hold it.
Oh.
no,
Yeah.
like how you pass a scissor
Oh,
like
okay.
next towards you.
Well, it sounded like you were just taking off the handle of the entire sword.
You don't
Goddamn.
just take the handle off.
Well, I mean that would be
Not a
awesome. Then he just
detachable
Press
he
handle.
just tie it
Just
to like
then.
Taylor's
Kind
arm, and
of.
now he swings it around like an unarmed strike.
Yes.
And
Y'all
River?
know what I mean.
River's
Then
below deck.
Kelvier's going to look at Taylor. Are you sure?
Mm. Taylor.
I mean, everyone at this point, River just ran below deck because at this point everyone's above deck or like made their way
Yeah.
above deck.
No, like there's water up there. I'm not going up there.
I'll go down and get
Okay.
River.
Alright, or at least something of sentimental value from her.
What's the crew throwing? Are they
I
exempt
am
from this?
curious.
We're gonna
No, they're
they're
not exempt.
I was gonna get to them. I was gonna get to them once we finish up this.
Hmm.
Taylor will throw the greatsword, I guess.
No, you do it for Taylor because
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
with that, what does
Kelvin will throw the greatsword, I guess.
No, just like chuck it at the man.
I rolled a hit throwing a greatsword.
Wait, what's the monkey gonna give up?
The monkey count.
What
Well,
does
Sir
monkey give up?
Sir Khan's no longer there, but I'll ask him. But for the next session.
Quick,
With that,
editor, edit in what he threw in.
with
There
that,
it goes.
We didn't see what I threw in because I ran away.
Like I said, I
Rana,
was gonna
you
go down to get
eventually
her. Yeah.
find River.
River.
There's
River.
water there.
Alright, well, that's not our biggest concern right now.
What's so
Kind of.
scary?
It's not scary, just concerning.
I find drowning to be a concern.
Well, we might drown if you don't give up something of sentimental
What?
value. But see,
But
you wanna prevent drowning, right? Right?
to give.
You don't know what to give? Well, I'll tell you what.
The pants.
You know, and I hate to suggest
Okay.
this, but you do have a flute. Now, I'm not the best at carving, but I promise that if you throw that overboard, I'll get you a new, better one. Okay?
You see her pull out the journal and write
Oh.
in big letters Uranus promised me to get a new flute. And then she hands you the flute and says, I will remember this.
Right, you want to come
I
throw it
will
yourself?
not forget this.
You want to throw it yourself? You want to go out there and throw it yourself, or no?
There's water up there. I'm not leaving the safety of below the deck.
Okay. I pat her on the head and I go up.
I'm gonna actually like swat your hand away. How dare you?
You take my
Oh.
flute and then you treat me like some sort of beast.
How dare?
So he's gonna go up and he's gonna go. The tabaxi's giving up this, and he tosses in the flute.
Hmm. Mary, you gave your rations.
Yeah, you can have some dried fruit.
Okay.
Food is important.
You
It is very
then
important, isn't it?
the crew then sort of reluctantly kind of went back down to grab the stuff that they felt was of sentiment to them. You see Donald Rittenham give up his lute. You haven't seen him play the lute specifically, but it's very ornately designed. You
Oh,
see
Sir Khan's here.
you see
Ooh.
Gilda take off her apron and hand it over.
Mm.
You see Roxana kind of sigh before handing over this small little carving, this little carved statue of what appears to be a bear. Corum hands over a rabbit's foot. You see Kapesk hand over a what seems to be this tooth, a necklace with this tooth on it. You see Fen kind of pull out these pair of goggles. Cough kind of looks around at his person before just throwing off his cloak and handing it over. Zunrus hands over his trident. Joffrey removes his bandages around his arms. Thomas gives up his pipe, and when he gives it up, he kind of looks at it for a minute before going in his bag and pulling out another pipe. Sad, sad expression on his face. Emerodel puts down one of her religious pendants. Xerix hands over a dagger. Nick Scale hands over a flask. Delomac kind of looks into stuff. I don't carry much. I'll be back, and he walks off. And Zeketh hands over what appears to be a dragon scale, like a large dragon scale. You see Emmeline head to the captain's quarters, and
Oh
you
no.
then see Nugget look sort of
What
look
does
up,
Nugget give up?
and he gives up a single gold coin.
Oh,
See, I would have thought it would have been the war pick that Uranus gave him last session.
I didn't give it to him. I let him hold it.
No, you gave it to him. You
I
said it.
said I let him hold it. I don't. I mean, he said. He said.
Sir Khan.
I'm bad. Hi.
You're currently dealing with a man who's risen up from the waters, shown you the ship graveyard that is around you, and said if you do not give anything or anything at all, of some sentimental value, 10 days time, you will befall to a greater being that has caused this ship graveyard to be. And everyone has given up stuff. Marie's thrown some dried fruit though.
Why call me
Yeah.
out specifically?
Because you're so
Because
far,
you're
you're
the
the
one
only.
that has done
You're
I
the
something
only
mean,
and not
one.
of sentimental
it
value.
shouldn't be a problem if that food has sentimental value to you.
Yeah, if I want to eat that food, that dried
That's
apple,
not. That's not. That's. You know what I mean.
delectable.
God, you fucked us over, didn't you?
Dear Lord.
Obviously, this is in
I'm not
reference to
losing
a
a body
different
part to a random
campaign.
encounter.
You don't have to
This-
lose a body part. Do you have an item that you value?
No.
This
Your
is in
scarf?
reference to a different campaign, but I swear if you pull an Orem
It'll be really funny if I do pull an
Yeah,
ornament.
What about the
like,
scarf around your
this
neck?
is how
Do
it
you value
sounds
that?
like.
So, with that, continuing on, Sir Khan, do you give up anything?
Well, you said I only had to give up within 10 days' time, right?
No, now
like
or in
the
10 days' time, this
consequences.
creature is going to.
Yeah, the consequences is
fucking-
10 days time. Something bigger and badder is gonna show up to drop our asses.
Let's see. Sentimental value. Let's see. What do I not need?
Isn't the
What
wait?
about what you not need?
When is something sentimental value? What do I not need? What does your character need or feel like they need that they have to give up?
Well, I don't need Taylor. What can I just give him?
No.
Fucking little gremlin.
Taylor
Yeah.
gave up his goddamn greatsword. If you think for a second,
Yeah, I'm legit sad. Like Taylor's like in the corner, just being sad.
So Tom just kind of like digging throughout his little like bag before he fishes out a little. It's almost like a circlet. It's almost like a circlet with two holes in the front. And above those two holes are like gold, like golden horns. Trinity, you know what this is. Part of Zetan's first persona.
yeah. Do you give it?
Yeah, will this dip you off my? Will this dip you off my tail?
He doesn't answer and just extends his hand.
Alright, did it. Kind of just plops it onto the palm of the ocean bit.
Hang on, I got something. I thought it through. I do have something.
After we yelled at you in general chat, bro,
That
we're
would
gonna
be
die.
funny, but it has absolutely nothing to do with that.
What'd you get?
What do I get? I have a. What am I giving? I'm giving up one of my smites. Can I give up one of a spell? Can I give up the spell? Just never be able to use it again.
Sure.
Damn, bro.
Thanks.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna get rid of Wrathful Smite. I don't want that spell. Send
You
it
don't
over
want
to him.
that spell? Or
No,
does your
no, I
character
said
want-
I said that as I don't want it, so I'm giving it to him. But like, it would. Hold on.
Learning the word.
I don't mean it that way. The way that you're thinking, I don't mean it. The way I said it.
Wait. Are you saying that you're wanting to learn to forget that power?
Yes.
The memory of learning
Yes.
that power.
Something like that. Sure.
Sure. Okay. So,
Thanks.
Thanks, Chief.
and then you then see, Delamac come back. And you guys notice something?
Oh no.
In his hand is his left ear.
Oh my lord.
Why are you laughing at that? Oh my god, he Van Gogh'd himself.
Hilarious!
He Van Gogh'd himself.
And
What?
and
The man just ripped his ear
he is
off. That's awesome.
unblinking. He's
I just realized
unblinking.
I
It's
just
just
realized
some random fucking hobo in the middle of the ocean. There's no.
I'm giving him some lay on hands. I give him 10 points of lay on hands. I like
He
quietly
kind of heals and he kind of
kiss
looks
his
and he
ear.
just
And
kinda
is
like,
he's trying to be Van Gogh.
So
Wait,
Now
who-
he can paint.
Wait, who cut out his ear?
Tell him back, the one that you
The
threw the towel
furball.
on his head.
the Khan's gonna look to the ear. He's gonna be like, God damn it, I probably had mutagen that could have given me an extra finger to lob off.
You
You
didn't value the finger.
Need one?
Hmm?
Tell him I looks at you. Do you need one?
No, he does not need one.
Not
Okay.
yet, at least.
He
I'll get
hands
back to
over
you if
the
I do,
ear.
though.
Jesus.
This man.
That's nasty
Bruh,
trick.
he had no reason to do that. This just some fucking hobo in the middle of the ocean saying,
Okay.
"I am a great god."
I mean, okay,
No,
but
he said
like,
he's a servant of a god.
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
but like,
same thing.
also, I know he's legit because of the coin.
Hmm.
It's just some nobody.
He's
most-
legit because of the coin,
most-
bro.
here's the
When
thing,
everything
most
freezes
sailors-
around you except the guy who claims he is another god
Not
and the
mentioning he
motherfucker in
parted
the water.
He parted a goddamn ocean to
Yeah, he
show
can part
a
whatever
race
ocean he wants.
of ships.
Marie is gonna be the fucking death of us. A cult? What cult? They're just a bunch of losers in robes and
He's just some
Yes.
dude.
Stab.
This is
With
just
that-
some
with that in
dude.
mi- With that in mind, you then see good old Captain Cartwright come back and look and goes, "Where the fuck is it?
Where's what?
Hmm.
My fucking necklace."
Magic Man probably took it off you while you weren't looking.
Well, no. Wouldn't take, it just asks. And you have to give, or else it sends something nasty after us.
I still don't trust that.
All right
Well,
then, I guess I have to
I
think about
have-
something else because apparently whatever it was taken right out from under my fucking nose.
I mean, does anyone know how to locate an object?
Funny you should
Wait.
say.
Do you have locate object? Oh wait, do you have to know the item?
Hold on,
I
look it
forget.
up.
Do you have to be familiar with the
Oh,
item, or
familiar. I'm
At this
sad, never
point-
mind.
At this point,
Oh.
she's already tossed over a ring in his direction. She's pissed. Mm,
I'm in danger.
Abraxas approaches, and you see him hand over a little toy. And you see underneath it, there's a little carving of a name on there. Judah. And Fiacre kind of looks and takes off her sun hat.
no, not the sun hat.
Oh no.
And then Donald approaches and kind of looks through his shit. Giving up too much fucking shit for you fucks. Fuck it. And he looks first, and I know this. And hands over what seems to be a necklace, not a necklace, a bracelet. With a multitude of charms on it. And with that, the man looks to you all. Takes a step back.
Are we clear to leave?
Sail away.
Hmm.
And then you see him as he steps back, water meets his feet, and he slowly
him
plunges
off.
back down. Night eventually falls that night. And when you all go to retire to your rooms, you're greeted with something.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Your items.
I didn't do it.
Oh.
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 So does
I
Marie
have my,
fucking win?
I have my foot back.
Yeah, I got
Wait,
my
hold on.
razor
Read
back.
your
Hold on,
items.
hold on,
You
hold on.
all. Hmm?
So does Marie walk back into her room and she's just like, oh, that's how
Oh, I
that works.
remember now.
Yeah.
No, she also sees like some dried fruit on the counter.
No. You do.
Yes.
For those of you who may
Fucking
have given
apple
up a
gets a
body
lot
part,
better.
you would have gotten your body part back in this scenario. For those of you who've given up a memory, as you walk into your room, you recall it. And for those who give up an item, it is laying on your bed. You notice also in the room, all of you, keep in mind, maybe like bunked rooms at most. There usually is there is a owl humanoid figure
Oh,
is
is it the
sort of sitting
same?
there in his
Is it the
chair,
one from the train?
scrolling through
Is
a
it the
book.
motherfucker from the train?
I'm gonna kill him.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well,
looks up.
hi there.
Cap approaches.
Who is he?
Wait,
Interesting.
What? Hmm.
we all share the same room, correct?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck?
Interesting.
What the fuck?
Uh,
Oh,
someone we met on
I
a
remember you.
No.
long
so,
story short, Marie, we met this dick on a train. He's magic.
So, let me
This
guess. What?
dick got you your items back when you could have just lost it for good and still got attacked.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Good to
I
know.
see. You're still watching us. How have you been? Hmm.
Been observant.
Hmm.
This dude was talking about our lost items, and you're gonna ask him how he's been?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Fun
Cap,
thing.
to be fair.
Fun thing about your little predicament.
Hmm.
And he sort of closes the book and looks up. Someone did not give an item of sentiment.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Cap looks to Marie.
Do you know who it was?
Bitch, stop looking at me.
That's the part why I will not say for the entertainment of figuring out how this will go.
I believe I
I've
already
already
have.
made my predictions.
I believe I
but-
already have it figured out.
Yeah, you're in your 2 brain cells. I gave up something.
You gave
will
up
You're just
say
trying to
this.
pin the blame on someone else.
I will say this much. I brought back your stuff out of a sign of courtesy. I do not like the judge. The judge does not like me. I like people who can break my predictions. And so far you have. Only slightly.
Oh.
Hmm.
I don't expect much, but I see a possibility of there being something. So at least show you that I am interested. Intrigued, better.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Hmm.
If I hugged you, would it feel like stars?
Don't hug me.
Cap hugs
Alright,
him.
better question. Oh god.
Marie just rolls her eyes.
You just pass right
Right.
through him.
Oh,
He
can
falls
you
on
at
the floor
least-
and he just turns the river and he goes, "It feels like nothing."
I
Yeah, well,
get
can
the
you at least
feeling.
help us narrow it down, seeing as we have 10 days?
I
Is
get
there
the
anyone in this
feeling it was
room?
the captain. She was looking for something and wasn't able to find it, so she threw something.
That
there's
and
only-
apparently we have a thief on board.
That's true. Alright, so I'm thinking I got some abilities that can make her speak the truth to see if she really cared about that ring or not. But I'm guessing if not, we have everyone else or someone else go look and see who stole her necklace.
I
Right.
can
No.
only tell you one thing. He kind of looks and he flips back a couple pages. And he kind of just pauses as he reads it. I think the Furbolg is good.
Okay.
That
Mostly, I
was
saw him doing the med
Okay.
base scan.
Hmm, I mean,
You just
Oh, I
it's
dated
just
not
this
obvious from
VOD
him
so
cutting an
much.
ear off.
I
Yes.
Yeah.
just realized that dude probably walked back into his room and he was like, "Oh, I can hear the ocean."
I hate you. You're actually the worst.
Thank you. I tried so hard.
The creature that you'll face is killable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if we find who didn't give up their thing in time, can we still fix it?
I doubt it.
That's not how these things work, Uranus.
But you'll
Okay then.
be. But you once again exceeded my expectations. If you decided to kill this abomination in which you found in that well, this, though more difficult, is still possible.
So, we find out who the thief is, but the main issue is going to be making sure we're all ready to fight it, since we know it's coming.
Yes.
Still, I am curious to find out who didn't throw anything of value overboard.
I have strong ideas that it's the captain.
Well, I'll check in on her because if we can't trust them, then we have bigger
We'll do
issues
that in the
later on.
morning.
Wait,
That's
do I still get a new flute?
I mean, you already have your flute.
But you promised me a new flute.
She's getting
Well,
her
why
new
do you
flute. She's
need?
gonna complain if
Well,
she doesn't get it.
do
I'll
you
give
want
you
me?
the
I'll
new
buy you
flute
a new
on one
flute.
condition: if you can play both of them at the same time.
I'll
I'm
do
John
it.
Cena.
I'll do it. No way. I'll do it.
All right. New
I'll
flute.
find a way.
Okay.
Alright, we'll figure out who it was in the morning, but it's getting late.
Yes.
I feel like River has the fucking mutton chops, so like she can't create a perfect seal around both flutes. It's like it'll never
And-
work.
And you kind of see, I kind of give a nod. Hmm. It was interesting encountering you all again. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
You give really big hugs. You know that?
That's because I'm not truly here.
I've
Mm.
never seen you in
I'm
my
crazy
life.
enough to step foot on a ship like this with people like you. No.
I think you just have an
No, I
aversion to
mean, yeah.
hugs.
You
No,
decided
I
to step
actually,
foot.
so I have a question for you, Mr. Stardust Man.
Yes.
So, like, why don't I remember anything?
He sort of shifts through his book. That's a good question. Actually, I have the answer. It's right here. And as he does it, he closes the book and he fades from existence.
Damn.
I hate you. I'm writing you down in my book, Mr. Stardust Man.
I don't know why, but I was half expecting for him to flip a few pages and just say brain damage before disappearing. It says here brain damage and he just fucking disappeared.
As you guys all are received these items, the dread of what is to come looms over your head. That is where we end tonight's session.
Alright.
Let's go.
All right, Trin, announcement time. Go do your
Hope
thing.
you all enjoyed this session of TPK, Seekers of Vitamare. We upload on Tuesdays.
Ish.
What? We will be.
We never miss an upload.
That's a lie.
We have our
Never.
hiatuses, but it's
No,
only.
I got a feeling it was Marie.
But our goal is to improve. So if you have any comments, critiques, please leave a comment. If you liked it, please leave a like. We appreciate it.
Constructive, please.
Yes, constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. Hope you all really
Continue
enjoyed.
to
I'm sorry
timestamp
there's not
whenever
combat,
Justin
but
messes
combat
up.
is soon to come. With that, good night, everyone.
Let me at it. Let me at it.